Star citizens, I'm back. I found another mark. He unsuspectingly is looking at the pricing. So what happened was whenever I altered any of the objects, which just happened to be just my missiles, it decided to go ahead and despawn my ship while I was in it, so I glitched out, had to wait. Oh, he's moving. He's on the move. So I had to basically just restart my game. If this doesn't work out for me, I may show you a mission or two. There is a few missions where you do get cargo that's floating around. It's pretty difficult to get in your ship. I found a way to go ahead and do it, but it took me about 30 minutes to figure out how to go about getting it onto my freelancer. It took a fortnight to figure that out. I'm going to go ahead and go to my ship.
Port Olisar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue.
If it so happens that somebody's out there unsuspecting that needs their ship stolen, I'll go ahead and relieve them of their ship. But nobody got time for that. Probably just flying that Anvil Hornet anyway, which I can't steal, so. So again, I'm going to select my favorite spot, Daymar. One thing I did notice with the power plant is that it doesn't take nearly as long for my ship to charge because it's a quantum travel a little bit better.
Shield charge complete.
I rarely have to refuel as far as my quantum drive.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
On Yella, it's almost guaranteed that you run into pirates. What I'm going to do is find orbital marker 6.
Quantum travel engaged.
I'm going to go ahead and I found the Kudra ore typically has the better...
Quantum travel complete.
Not quite a wide selection of stuff, but it does have the better quality stuff, I have to say. Let's see what these markers look like. This one's about 700. They're about the same. I'm going to go ahead and position myself for orbital marker 5. I'm going to get over here on the stealth button. Start my quantum drive.
Engaged.
I didn't hit it near early enough. They put me a little closer. I'm done messing with it though. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. Unless there's one immediately closer. Doesn't look like it. does have a hydroponics place, Bountiful Harvest, or if you're trying to get processed foods, which that's all that Port Olisar will buy is processed foods, it won't buy distilled spirits, then it's really not bad. Sometimes it's better to fill your entire ship with the lower value stuff and you get a higher yield, depending on what it is, if they have enough there. Otherwise it's kind of a wasted trip if you can't fill up. What you don't want to do is spend all of your money on one stop, because if something happens like your game crashes, it's just gone. If you have to claim your ship, you're going to lose everything. I'm going to go ahead and turn off stealth for now. So one thing I want to talk about is land claims. It's something I've been super interested in. I've been doing a lot of research into the land claims. Personally, I'm not going to buy a plot right now. I don't see a use for it. I guess when you buy a plot, you actually get the means to which to stake your claims. Not actually legitimately a spot, but one thing I've been looking into is the Pioneer ship. Once I find out how much it actually costs, I'm really heavily considering in buying a Pioneer ship. Or I could just stick with what I have and possibly, I know they'll probably give you the option of paying somebody a contract to come out and build, using the construction ship, the Pioneer ship, to build what you want out there. I really want a mining colony and also a place to store my cargo for my trading. I also want to do a lot of exploration, so that's why I'm considering buying the Andromeda, possibly one of the Constellation ships. The one thing I like about the Taurus is the amount of storage space you have. You actually have a little bit more because you don't have to worry about the ship that comes with the Andromeda. It does come with a small fighter, which to me is pretty useless. I mean, it can be taken down pretty quickly unless you're just using that to shuttle back and forth from planet to ship, if you don't want to actually fly your ship onto the planet. So one thing I don't like about the radar, that I always go back to nav map scale, is it gets right in your way when you're trying to land. At this position, I shouldn't start going into the atmosphere until right about the point where I'm getting to my destination. What you're seeing on the back there is the turret for the Freelancer. I always fly solo, and I've never really found a need to have a turret gunner. Whoopsie daisies. Myself, actually, fat fingered that one. So as I was talking about land claims, I really want to concentrate on building as much as I can. Now I do know that you want to build within the comm area because you will be protected by the forces that protect the comm area. If someone were to come and try to mine on your land or take your minerals or steal your stuff, from what I understand you can build turrets to guard your stuff. But as long as you're within the comm area, you don't have to stay around to protect your plot. If you do build outside of that, from what I understand, you have to concentrate more on protecting what you have out there because it can be stolen. Right now it appears as if I'm starting to enter the atmosphere. I think it's always really cool to watch yourself enter. I don't know why, but my back typically don't start reducing my speed until I'm pretty close. One thing I want to take a look at real quick is just how beautiful these planets are. When you zoom around, you can see every canyon, all the crevices, the atmosphere, just the way the sun reflects off the atmosphere. They've really done a great job on this game, I believe. So now that I'm starting to get pretty close, I want to reduce my speed to, I want to reduce my power down to about 50. I like to switch views. Doesn't look like anybody's here, so I don't have to worry about being pirated or anything like that at the moment. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Oh goodness. Oh wow. That's what we call the botch landing. Overdid it just a little bit there. I always leave my power on though, that way your shields are currently on. You don't want to exit your ship without your shields being on. I am going to do this the more dangerous way. I'm going to go out my back. The other cool thing about the Freelancer a lot of people don't know about is you actually have another door up there in case you're doing EVA. You can actually enter your ship through that way. I'd say that's just about perfect. Go ahead and close that bad boy back up just in case. So my favorite thing to purchase first has to be Laranite. It looks like it's at 33 on here, which is always good. If it's below 40, it's always a good purchase. You're not going to be able to buy a whole lot of it, but it does have a higher yield. Next I'll go for tungsten, because I know it's going for about 15. Next it's a hard choice. I'd prefer to go with barrel third. That'll fill my ship up, so that's good enough for now. And that also puts me at about 105 UEC, so that way if I do lose, I could always rebuild from that. It's a lot easier to rebuild from 105,000 compared to nothing. So you always want to have some kind of reserve fund in the event that something happens and you lose all your cargo. So since I did have my stuff open, it appeared. What I'm going to do first right now, there's all your cargo, by the way. That's how you know you got a full load right there. I'm going to check around my ship, make sure I don't have any unwelcome visitors. Kind of hard to hide in here with all the cargo. So now whenever I get into my ship and I get going, you'll see that I have full shields. Everything is ready to go for takeoff. I'm going to change my nav scale. I'm going to select my position, which is going to be Port Olisar. Engines on. Hold spacebar to take off. Sometimes it'll put you right back where you were just at. I don't know why that still happens. I'm sure they'll fix that the next patch. Next I want to try to orient myself towards Port Olisar, so he's got to find Crusader.
Landing gear down.
See, that's the glitch I was talking about. You gotta be careful about.
Launch sequence complete.
Very easy way to damage your ship. It's possible they don't have Port Olisar selected. Okay, there we go. Now it's my destination. It looks like it might be on the other side of the planet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Daymar again. That way the orbital markers show up. What you want to do is find the nearest orbital marker that you have access to. Even though it says it's obstructed, it's very possible that you can still fast travel to it.
Quantum travel engaged.
Just like this. Hopefully I don't hit the planet in the meantime. A lot of people don't know you can do that, and it does save you quite a bit of time whenever you're trying to do a cargo run. It can cut down quite a bit. Now we find Port Olisar. It's pretty easy to find once you find Crusader.
Quantum travel engaged.
One thing you would do before you land is just make sure all your exterior is closed so you don't get any unwelcome visitors.
Quantum travel complete.
So I'm going to go to the outside of my ship. Looks like everything's all closed up. Always, always, always call in to make sure they have a spot for you. If you try to just rogue land, you will get a wanted level, so.
proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear down.
Your assigned landing bay will never show up until you have your landing gear down. So what I like to do is get right on the marker.
Caution. Front collision.
Now that I'm there, I hold in, so it doesn't look like I'm close enough. Now that my autopilot's on, I'm holding in right now. Once you begin your descent, you can let go of in. Okay. I've landed firmly on the ground.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Turn your engines off. Now I'm ready to go sell my cargo again. When you start getting into the 100,000s of UEC, it's pretty easy to start doubling your money from there. I know it starts slow, but it doesn't take much to get to where I got so far. I know 100,050 is probably not the best. Like I said, I spent about 100,000 just upgrading my ship.
Welcome to the Port Olisar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue.
Go to your freelancer, go to sell. Looks like I about doubled my money on layer night. Got a pretty good chunk of change from that. I'm already back at what I was before. Barrel's about twice of what I bought it for. Tungsten's about the same. Looks like my net profit was about 50,000-ish, give or take. So I managed to double my profit in that just that one run. If you keep doing that long enough, buying higher stake stuff, medical supplies, stuff like that, you'll be able to make money pretty quickly. I'm gonna go back out to my freelancer. See if there's any trouble to get in out here. Right now it looks like there's a ship up here I'm actually pretty interested in taking a look at. Looks like it could be the Retaliator. I don't believe I've ever actually seen a Retaliator. It honestly looks like a pretty cool ship. I'm not exactly sure about the function of the Retaliator. I do know that he made the fatal mistake of leaving his back dock open. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide right here in the hopes that someone comes in, flies away, I steal the Retaliator, and I give it a go. So wish me luck, Star Citizens. I know this isn't the most honest thing to do, but I'm going to do it. So now we just hang out here, wait for the best. Hopefully his owner will come back here fairly soon. Alright, Star Citizens, it looks like I was managed to commandeer a Retaliator. So I'm going to go test this baby out. Shouldn't be too long before the owner finds out I did this, so... Let's go ahead and pick a good spot.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Landing gear retracted.
Alright everybody, this is the Retaliator. This is not my Retaliator. I managed to commandeer it while somebody was at Port Olisar. I guess they decided they didn't need it as badly as I did. So I went ahead and took it for my own. Don't recommend it. I'm not sure what the repercussions are going to be, nor how long am I going to have this ship available to me, but I'm going to go ahead and land it out in the middle of nowhere in the hopes that he doesn't come back to retrieve it, or even notice that I'm gone in it. This is what we call in the streets as a joyride.
Landing gear retracted.
Right now I'm at max velocity. I'm not actually going anywhere in particular. I'm just going to land it on Daymar. Give you a brief overview of what's going on with this ship, so I don't have to worry about the owner coming back to reclaim it. It was that easy, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to wait for him to come back to his ship. I decided to go ahead and give it a good old go after I found out that I could just take off in it. I'm sure by now he's noticed. I'm sure by now he's upset about it. Hopefully he doesn't find me in the middle of this with his other ships that I'm sure he does have. So far, the Retaliator, it's a pretty cool looking ship. I don't know exactly what it has for cargo space. Doubtful that it has much. Real quick, let's just go ahead and check out the weapon systems. As far as guns, it looks like your Group 2 is your Bearing MVSA laser cannons. Your Group 1's the Apocalypse Arms Revenant Ballistal Gatling. Whether those come standard or not, I'm not sure. It's very possible they did. As far as missiles, you have 2 Type 2s and 1 Type 3. It looks like you got 8 Type 2s and 4 Type 3s, just like the Freelancer. So as far as the armament, it's not much different than the Freelancer. About the same amount of power. It is a lot faster than the Freelancer, I found out. Has more visibility than the Freelancer. Right now I'm traveling at 1,115 meters per second. That's about 9 more than the Freelancer at high speeds. Overall, other than it's probably not the functionality is probably not about the same. It probably has more maneuverability when it comes to dogfighting. I believe this specific vehicle is made for taking out large javelin ships, stuff like that. The bigger ships you could find. This is more of a medium fighter as far as the functionality of this specific vehicle. I've retracted the wings in preparation for landing. I found me a spot just randomly on Daymar that I'm going to visit real quick and just hop out and just show you the Retaliator.
Complete.
At some point he's probably going to start tracking his vehicle. So you got the, it doesn't even look like it has a room for crew. You do have lockers and whatnot. A gun rack. It's possible that these are the sleeping quarters. Okay, so you do have beds. So it does have a sleeping quarters for your crew. That's gonna be your shower. You exit directly out the back. Your missiles are located underneath the vehicle. And I could be wrong, this may not even be the Retaliator, I believe it is though. It's a pretty cool looking ship though. Not my thing, I prefer to have cargo room. This does not have cargo room, if at any. I believe it's strictly a medium fighter, a medium long range fighter. It's actually the Aegis Vanguard Warden, is what it's called. So it's actually not the Retaliator at all, it's the Vanguard Warden. I believe the Retaliator is actually a bit bigger and has torpedoes. Nor is it flight ready yet, I don't believe so. So ladies and gentlemen, that's why you don't keep your rear exit open. Otherwise people like me can get in. Fortunately for him, I'm a nice guy. I might even take this back to Port Olisar for him. At this point he's probably searching for me, so let's go ahead and get back in. This is a pretty cool ship though. Looks like this is the turret. Looks like it's only a front-facing turret though. It doesn't look like it have much maneuverability to it. Everything's a lot cooler when the ship isn't yours to begin with. I'm honestly shocked I've been able to do all this with it so far. Like I said, it's only a matter of time before he actually comes for me.
Engines offline. Engines online. Launch complete. Landing gear rejected.
So, just because I'm such a nice guy, I'm going to go ahead and take this back to Port Olisar for him, maybe even land it. Allow him to have his ship that I commandeered. Actually, no. Nah, I'm not that nice. I'm going to do some missions in it. So that's going to be it for right now, 2TP Maverick. My next video, I'll try to do some missions with the the Aegis here, see what it's capable of. I really don't care if it gets destroyed or not. I'm sure the guy that I stole it from is pretty peeved about it right about now. So that was my first experiment, just see how long I actually get to use this thing. It appears as if it's mine until I log off. I could be wrong, could be right. I'm not sure. We'll post the findings in the next video. So for now, that's 22B Maverick. Don't forget to like or subscribe. I'll have more new videos in the near future. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Again, I am looking to start an organization. I have started one actually. It's called the 22BR Exploration Initiative. Feel free to look me up on the RSI website. I am taking applications right now. Obviously, it's not extremely active because there's not a whole lot you can do with the organizations themselves. I do want to start an exploration and mining initiative. I'll be concentrating on getting artifacts, also making land claims as soon as they're available, and starting small settlements on distant planets. So if that's something you're interested in, if that's something you think you want to help out with, or if you have vehicles that can contribute to the cause, feel free to look it up. That's 22BR Exploration Initiative. I'd be more than happy to start recruiting. Right now I think I may have one other person in there. It hasn't been a big drive of mine just yet. It's just something I'm just now getting started. So I really appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe. 22B Maverick out.